Ice baths have become a massive trend in recent years. We've seen videos of them being done by celebrities, athletes and influencers. I've made this video for anyone who's looking to start cryotherapy as a quick beginner's guide. I've been doing multiple variations of cold water therapy for almost 3 years now, and I want to share some of the benefits so I can convince you it's worth the pain and suffering. If you've never done any cold water exposure before and you want to start with cold showers, this is how I started, and all I would do was have my basic warm shower for the day, wash myself, and then turn it to cold for 30 seconds at the end. This, in my opinion, is the best way you can start, and then as your body adapts, you can stay in the cold longer and decrease the temperature as well. As I adapted, I started doing my cold showers separately as part of my morning routine. I would time myself for 3 minutes and it would set me up for the day perfectly. If you're ambitious, you can do cold plunge or an ice bath. I really wanted to try a plunge, so one morning I filled the tub with cold water, timed myself for 3 minutes, and it was a shock to say the least. But I stuck at it, and I gradually managed to increase the time to 5 minutes over the coming weeks. The only problem was filling up the bath every morning wasn't optimal and got a little tedious. So I decided to invest in a recovery pod. If you're going to start plunging, then this is the way to do it. You're saving time, not having to fill it up every day, and you're not wasting a tub full of water as well. So the very next day after I brought this thing, I was so excited because we just had a snowfall the night before, and this was like my first proper ice bath, but I had no idea what I was in for. When you do a cold shower or an ice bath for the first time, it's usually just the initial shock of getting in that's the challenge. Then you relax, focus on your breath, and you're fine. I don't know what temperatures I was previously exposed to because I wasn't testing it, but this was next level. It was around -3 or -4 degrees Celsius outside, which is like 25 degrees Fahrenheit. And it wasn't just the initial shock of getting in that was hard, but also staying in. And I'm going to be honest, after 30 seconds, I had to get out, compose myself, and then get back in again. Once I got back in though, it wasn't as bad, so this is something you can do if you're struggling as well. So this leads me on to my next point of temperature. The recommended starting point is between 50 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. Obviously, depending on the time of year, is going to determine how cold our water is going to be. Last summer for me at one point, it was so mild that I don't think I was getting any of the benefits. This summer though, I'm more prepared. I've got some frozen bottles that I'm going to put in the night before. You can do this as well, or you can just go out and buy some bags of ice if you want. I've also got myself a thermometer, so I can get a good gauge of what temperature my water is at throughout the year. And finally, if you have a recovery pod, put it in the shade where it's out of the sun and easier to keep cool. So the next thing we need to talk about is the timing. There is definitely no right time to do an ice bath, but there is definitely 2 times you should avoid. The first is right before bed. Your body's core temperature is meant to drop later on in the evening. After being exposed to cold water, it goes up. You're also putting your body in a stressful fight or flight state, which can make it difficult to fall asleep. The other time we want to avoid is only relevant if you're someone trying to build muscle, and that is right after you've trained. Cold water immersion has been shown to interfere with long-term muscle and strength gains. I like to do mine early as part of my morning routine. This gives me plenty of time between my last gym session, so I'm not hindering any progress. I feel alert, energized, and it sets me up for the day perfectly. I'm also doing a lot of long distance running, so I'm going to do these afterwards to help my legs recover faster. So one thing we really need to talk about is how to mentally prepare yourself. Imagine this: your bed is warm, your pillow's soft, it's -3 outside, and you got to strip off and get in a freezing cold tub of water. This has been me every morning for the past 4 months, and some days I would just sit there and stare at it like, I really don't want to get in this thing. Some days I've wasted up to an hour just delaying the inevitable. But I said I was going to do it, so I'll do it. Previously, I've tried playing music to hype me up beforehand, but this I found just makes me more stressed and eager to get out. I found it's better to play something more relaxing, like meditation music, that can help you focus on your breathing while your body's in this state of stress. At the end of the day, it's only cold water. You're not going to die. I dread getting in every morning, but not once have I ever regretted doing it. Finally, we need to talk about the benefits. Why are we doing this to ourselves? The list of benefits to cryotherapy is actually insane, so we're getting a good trade-off for this voluntary torture. The mental strength you get afterwards is so powerful. If you do this first thing in the morning like me, then that's the hardest part of your day done, and you can then go pursue the rest of your goals with confidence. I've definitely noticed my ability to recover from a long run or gym session has been faster. Every time I step out, my body feels brand new. But that's everything. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you.